welcome back, everyone. Goal Getters, live from Gorillas Inc. Here's Julio, my friend. How you doing,
I'm here.
Julio?
Good, how are
Kyle
you?
Davis and Scott Taggart. What's up, Scott?
Not much, bro. How are you?
All right, doing good. We are in the middle of a spring storm as we sit here, right
Oh,
outside.
yeah, it's a blast, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see by his hat and stuff. We're in the Western New York area, so yeah, it sucked.
Yeah,
Very
it's
slippery.
unexpected.
Yeah, we should expect it, but it's unexpected, right? We'll see what happens by tomorrow morning. Um, no one cares about that. How everyone good? Everyone all right? Everyone
Yeah.
doing good? Robin's here. Hi. You don't even have to talk. It's fine. I know you're busy. I won't bother you. Wade is doing what he does. He's here, of course. Busy week since the last time we met. Crazy week. Like I don't know if I've ever seen one like this.
That's a big weekend.
It's my
almost
favorite.
in all
Yeah.
four sports.
Yeah, every sport. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big thing everywhere.
I think,
The
like
whole
we had previously kind of stated too, like I don't know. It seems to be the most active, the craziest free agency, at least in a long time, from what I can remember.
And
There's
trades,
just so
too.
much going on with so many big players.
Yeah, a lot happening. I mean, and then I guess right off the top, we should go to the breaking news. It happened about an hour and a half ago, I'd say, as Deshaun Watson not being indicted. So that means, for all of you out there, he's open up. Trade market wide open now for him if Houston so chooses, which I'm sure they do. You know, and here he is at $35 million cap hit, right, until 2025, I think, for him. And
Sure.
so there we are, guys. Deshaun Watson
Free man soon.
is ready to be available to play. What do you guys?
I've always said the whole time he was.
Well, regardless, you know he's probably going to have once they figure out what happened. So, I mean, he's going to face some sort of a suspension by the league. That's obvious. That's
It'll
gonna
be
happen.
short. Yeah, probably.
So we'll have to see. At that point, you got to see what is. What are they gonna do? Who knows anymore?
And
They're
the
so
And a civil trial is going to take a while. It may go through this whole season.
unbalanced
Right.
as far as the
If he
what's
doesn't
that?
get traded, he doesn't care
This
anyway.
this civil trial could go past the season.
Sure.
So I'm
Absolutely.
assuming it will, and so he'll
Lose another season.
or no, he'll play.
You
Yeah,
think
he
so?
can play. He's
I
not
think he
punished. He's not on
plays-
the list or nothing
I-
now. He can play tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like he plays, and then the civil. You know what I mean? Like
I didn't know he
See, the
could
civil
play.
trial
Nobody just
don't-
wants to take that opportunity.
Well, that's why when the
obviously.
Dolphins late
they don't
want
want to. They don't want to take the chance.
around the deadline, the Dolphins wanted him. He would have been able to play, and Roger Goodell would have stepped in and say, "Wait, that's not. He's going to serve."
right.
So then it would just be paid in forward. As suspension. Miami wanted him to come in there, and that's why they intervened on the allegations, started trying to pay people off.
Okay.
So that he would come to Miami, serve a suspension last year, so this year went up.
I didn't even mark Miami down as a team that would go after.
Well,
him
not
at this
anymore.
point. It's
Now,
not anymore, right?
That
It's-
was with the last coach.
Right.
Flores wanted him. The new coach says every interview who is the guy.
So-
Do it.
So he could be. I don't know why he'd go. Well, he has no choice to trade. I guess.
Well, he
doesn't
does have a
does he
choice.
no
He's
trade?
had a full no trade.
Oh, does he?
clause.
Okay, so that's choice. Seattle. I don't know.
I mean, that's
All right,
that's a pretty
Tampa,
pretty good.
Detroit,
Depending on
Yeah.
who else they release
Yeah.
over in
If-
Seattle,
if-
it's going to depend on if
Giant.
it's a good
Yeah.
opportunity or not.
If
You know.
if I'm Sean Watson, the only place I'm going,
Tampa. Yeah.
It's tough.
Carolina?
Irregardless
I'm
of
not
where
going
he
to Carolina.
goes,
There's-
Pittsburgh.
irregardless where he
Pittsburgh, I
goes,
forgot about
you
that.
have to understand what you're bringing on.
In the event.
Exactly.
if he gets suspended,
Regardless, people are going to be against him
The
until
Colts-
his name's cleared. He's guilty. That's just how people work. I mean, we got to be real about
I
that.
think
I mean, it's unfortunate as it is. He's already guilty in people.
I think the indictment being cleared is big
That's
for
huge.
him because
That's very big.
it doesn't mean, as you said earlier, it doesn't mean
Doesn't
nothing
mean nothing
happened.
happened.
It just means at least there's not going to be criminal charges.
Well, they couldn't prove
So,
anything. is
At
what it
this
was.
point, then civil court step. I don't even care about all that because we go down a different like we did the one time.
It's way different. Most
Yeah.
people get found guilty in those civil incidents like this.
In-
You know,
Yeah, either that or they decide I'm going to just settle because
Right.
I don't even want to have to
Yeah.
admit guilt. Indianapolis is another team, I guess, that
but
would be
why
interested.
would Houston would not trade him within the
how
division?
much?
Yeah,
Really,
right.
I thought Indy was geared towards Jimmy G, but now we don't even know what's going to happen with Jimmy G.
Right.
I guess he had surgery today, successful surgery.
He'll
on his
be
shoulder.
ready. Yeah.
So he'll be ready. But is Sam Fran going to get rid of him? Have they even hinted that they are?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I
right?
know there's a lot of
We
talk
just
around
say
him, but
it,
has
yeah.
Sam Fran even said anything in regards to him?
Right? No.
Who knows?
How about Minnesota?
I mean, who
Yeah.
knows? These teams,
got-
when they
right.
have when they have the money there, and they agree.
Right?
These
You
teams
might
got to
just
have
decide to
the
stay there.
draft picks though to trade them.
Cleveland, maybe? Do they have them?
Cleveland should have the pick.
Because that'd be interesting.
Because then
finally
you're
had
getting
enough of
Baker. You're
Baker.
getting a starting. type
Yeah, but do you
quarterback.
think
Yeah,
they're
and
ready to
send him
move on
back.
from Baker?
He'd be good in Houston. Perfect. Down to Texas with him.
Go ahead.
He's from Oklahoma.
Gotta
Great.
be a PR
Perfect.
nightmare for Cleveland.
Well, I'm wondering,
I think
and
it'd
then
be
there's
a
the
bad
Raiders.
move on their
Because I don't know what's going on with Carr.
Right.
The Raiders would be interesting.
It's
It's
pretty wild out
There's
there,
a lot
man.
of teams looking
There's
for a
lot
quarterback.
going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams looking for quarterbacks.
It makes me
though.
feel very grateful
It-
to have who I have.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right because
let's
yeah,
get that out there.
no, you're right. You're right. No, it's good to have it.
Absolutely,
It's good to
it's
have
very
one,
tough right now
because it's hard
in
to
the
find
NFL.
one. It's like trying to find a goalie in hockey. It's like trying to find a lot of things. You go decades without finding one, right?
Oh, we know that.
Look at Chicago, Miami, Cleveland. I mean, we can go down the list. Buffalo, on
Buffalo,
and on and on.
yeah,
how
forever.
long it's taken.
Yeah.
And when you get lucky, you got to hold on.
Absolutely.
So quarterbacks, we'll be talking more about. There's free agents. We'll be talking about.
There's
a
not
little
that
bit.
many. free
Not
agents.
many,
We'll
right?
Probably skip right over them.
You don't think we have any?
The best one is
Winston?
Winston.
But there's so many teams that need them.
Yeah.
There's
He's
like
gonna
10
he's
there's
gonna
a-
get a job somewhere.
What would you say? There's like 6, 7, 8. There's like
Well, the top
9 teams that
free
need
agents, what? Trubisky's the top one. That's what I
Well,
heard today in
the-
regards to the.
Jameis Winston's the best free agent available
what I
quarterback.
They
kinda
just say the
thought.
word on the street that they're hearing is his name brought up more. But who knows? He's gonna get money.
If you go to the Giants, I guess they
I
can
hear
kinda
that's
Yeah,
word.
right.
Yeah, that's the word on
to
the street.
battle
Huh?
with Daniel
sense.
Jones.
Could be.
If I was Mitch Trubisky and I plan on ever playing again and starting again, I'm not going to any place that is rumored to draft a quarterback until after the quarterback. I'm not going to a team like
Yeah,
the
it would
Colts,
suck if you do.
and then they
Yeah,
draft
Then he's got the
quarterback.
pressure all over
Then
him.
I got to
all
hear
over
about
again.
is the rookie going to play over me or not? I'm going to fight off Daniel Jones. I think
Yeah,
I'm better
that,
than
yeah,
Daniel
that,
Jones.
that is a.
I
Well, they
think-
kind of expected him to go there anyway. They were talking
Yeah,
about that
it's where
during the
Dabo is
season.
anyway.
For gosh sakes, if Daboll went to the Giants,
Wow.
they had mentioned.
I will tell you this. This has been the most meteoric rise I've ever seen of a person in Trubisky because he was sat on the bench all
And
year in
didn't say
Buffalo.
nothing.
Right, but that's sometimes what
Wow.
you got to do rather than trying to
I
play and
mean,
make
he
yourself
said he
worse.
learned a lot from it. I mean, who knows? Maybe he did learn
We
something.
can't get into
but-
a hole where we talk about Trubisky. here right
No.
now. We cannot do it.
Because I can't
We're
stand
gonna
it.
get the guy
But
in the
does he
middle that's
deserve
free
another
out.
shot? I
Oh, he can
absolutely
do-
agree.
oh, he can do
needs
whatever he
another shot.
wants. I
He
don't-
Go ahead and
definitely
try.
deserves another shot.
Sure,
He
he
does.
can. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? I could care less what he does. The person that I was always disgusted with was the general manager that drafted him. They put him in a bad spot. He wasn't
Absolutely
good
they
enough
did.
to be number 2 overall. When you're number 2
Put a
overall,
lot of pressure
though,
on him.
you can't be this.
Yep.
You know, that's not. Well, anyways, let's get away from that. How about the Broncos? And that
Out of
humongous deal.
control.
They spent a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think they overpaid?
No, they didn't over.
You don't think they overpaid at
Well,
all?
It's
let's-
decent.
That's a lot
Russell
for
Wilson.
one guy.
Right. So if you don't know, which means you're under rocks, but I'll still say it. I mean, and we got a little highlight package of him for you. Russell Wilson at 33 years old goes to the Broncos with a 2022 4th-round pick. Guys, stop me if I'm wrong. Seattle gets Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, then a 2022 first and second, a 2023 first and second, and a 5th in this year's draft. Wilson becomes a free agent in 2024 unless something
Right.
happens.
You got Wilson for 2 years.
Right. I think
He also waived a no trade clause to go here, by the way.
right. Yes, he did. Yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
That's promising. But Drew Lock is pretty much just telling the city of Seattle and the players that they currently have, like Jalen, Jamal Adams,
Right.
keep him from crying and wanting to leave. So Drew Lock is at least a body keeping him play.
Right. So you give it.
Noah
right.
Fant leaves next year. He's a free agent, so if they don't re-sign him, it's a wasted player. Shelby Harris, who cares? So pretty much you got 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks.
Right. That's got a 33-year-old Russell Wilson. Yeah. No
It's a
doubt
good
about
trade.
it.
They're trying to win now. Go ahead and do what the Rams did.
So Sutton, Judy,
A lot to
Patrick,
give away, man.
Javonte Williams.
Oh, they're loving life. Judy.
Yeah. Oh, you know. We'll bring
Oh,
up
he's
his tweet in a
loving
minute
life.
after you
Yeah,
after I
that
show,
guy.
watch some beautiful highlights of
mean-
old Russ. You know,
Does he still got it though?
I
mean, was he
personally-
part of the problem in Seattle, or
Well, he was
it
also
just the
hurt last
coaching?
year, and I understand don't
their
play if you're
offensive
hurt.
line was so
whatever.
bad.
But garbage. They have better. They have more promising ones because they already have Foles there. They already have Crumberry from LSU. Yeah, they just. It also doesn't help that Teddy Bridgewater was terrible.
Yeah, it
I mean,
doesn't.
Russ
So
is how old
when
is
you're doing
Russ
those
now?
rankings, I understand, but like look at this
33?
dude.
Yeah.
Russ, 33?
33, yeah.
33.
I mean, is he really going to be running around the way he always has been at his age?
They hope so.
It's
I didn't think they were this close to a championship, but they do. I mean, and they probably know better. But I didn't see it that way, that they were
Well,
that
maybe.
close. A team like the Chargers, I feel like, is closer. But,
Oh yeah, that's for
you
sure.
know, but there he is. I
Also,
mean,
just like in the comments, if pick 9 turns out to be like a Justin Herbert, then the trade they lose.
Yeah.
If
Right.
Pickens just turns out to be
That's
Justin
true.
Herbert, they lose this trade. Because now you lost your tight end. You got a quarterback that another one's just as good. You just don't know. It's draft capital's hard.
it's up to be. Yeah, no doubt. Like, you
So-
got to wait and see who
So you
these.
can't see who wins.
Yes,
and who
they
yeah.
turn
loses.
out
Oh,
to
there's
be.
definitely no
Yeah.
doubt who wins and who loses.
Right.
I just
Which is why I'm pro go get Watson. Because if Miami would have traded those 3 first-round picks 2 years ago, they wouldn't have Tua, a guy you guys don't even know, no egg monogamy, and Austin Jackson. Those 3 right there, Miami wins the trade.
Sure.
Who? No, Noah Monogamy doesn't even play. He's a healthy scratch. And he's only a sophomore year. Oh, Austin Jackson plays.
I just know that this Broncos. I don't know.
we'll have to see how
It
we'll
was
see
a
how
lot,
they play.
but I agree with what was just said there about the. You got to see how the picks are.
Yeah.
Who are the
Yeah,
picks?
got to see how it pans out.
And then that'll.
You won't be able to know who really wins and loses until 2 years from
Yeah, it'll be a
years.
couple
By the
years.
time
Or if
he's ready
Wilson
to
leaves in
retire.
2027.
Everybody will tell you who won and who lost, but
That's
you won't
2024.
really know.
Does he retire?
It
you
just sounds
think?
like a lot.
What do you
Yeah.
think he does at
3,
35,
4 years.
2024? I mean, he's probably done. This has
don't
got to
know.
be it.
Ask
For
Sierra
him.
that.
Ooh.
See,
Oh,
it is. Girl.
she's still over there?
Well, word is she runs the shop, right?
I don't know.
Isn't that the word?
Is that the word on her? I didn't even see her.
She collaborates
Is
with
she
him. I mean,
the
she's
same one that was
involved
there
in
the day he got
everything.
drafted?
No,
That's
I
a
have no
different
idea.
one. He got rid of her.
Sierra is a professional musician, a
Yeah.
singer, actress, model, whatever
That's
you
who
want to
he's.
call her. I don't know. But he's there's a rapper called Future. They used to have a baby together. She's a well-known actor, not
Okay.
Beyonce level, but just underneath.
Very good for Russell Wilson, who
Look at that. We're even doing
is,
pop culture.
yeah, is now a Bronco. And let's bring
Right.
up that that tweet by Judy, showing how fast things go from happy to sad. There he is, sad when he hears about Aaron Rodgers,
Right?
Yeah, right.
and
I'd be sad
shortly
too.
after, there he is, very
He's
excited.
a trip. I
Yeah.
like his profile pic.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
So there he is, man. Very excited. He's going to become he might become a. I mean, obviously, it's helping. He's got to be so happy.
Oh
Right.
with his own
gosh, think
career.
about what it's going to do for his.
I mean, you
career.
don't have to play with the guys you've had. Look at money, big money coming for these guys.
Huge.
That's the Denver Broncos. Let's keep moving along because so much happened. This one here is mine that drives me crazy. I'm shocked by it. Carson Wentz. Now I know there's some 2020. Carson Wentz and a 2022 second round pick goes to Washington. The Colts get a 2022 second round and a third round. A 2023 third, which can become a second if Wentz plays 70% of, I guess, the games or snaps, whatever you want to say. Wentz becomes a free agent in 2025. According to Landon Collins, it's why he's no longer a Commodore, whatever the hell his name is. The dollars changed. Commander, yeah, Commodore. It might as well be them too. Since Wentz, he said, his quote was, "They asked me to take a pay cut. I did. Then again, they asked again. The dollars have changed since Wentz. I'll take my chances in free agency."
You
According
blame
to-
him?
No, not at
Not at
all.
all.
I don't blame him at all.
Not at all.
Not with all of your rumors you get. You know what? Sometimes when there's smoke, there's got to be some fire. But now this will be the second time that you hear the same thing about.
Right, but the only
You
problem
know?
is now is Frank Wright even admitted that he apologized to the owner. I'm sorry. for
Yeah,
what he did.
I
Yeah.
mean that's
that right there should have ended his
crazy.
career.
That is
Carson Wentz
crazy
could have went to the
me.
playoffs with a running back of Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor,
that's why I
and he
can't-
couldn't beat
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
I,
Embarrassing.
well, they said he could. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
Jim Irsay lost his mind.
You got to wonder why Washington would be
Well, because again,
involved in this.
if Washington's division, only Dallas in there. Good. Maybe
Almost-
Wentz helps him a little bit.
I think,
Somebody
I think
just-
Winston's better than him.
Somebody's just taking a flyer, thinking they can help him.
Yeah.
It just obviously he's got someone else. He's still convincing people.
Lack of leadership. They keep saying.
Really,
Resistance
I
to
did not
coaching
know
and
that's one thing I
personality
didn't hear.
clash. Well, personality clashes in both spots now. And both things say that it's identical things from Philly to Indy.
Right.
So I'm curious as to how this translates in Washington. I mean, he's got some big characters over there with Young and different players.
Sure.
You got some big
Right.
personalities. So I don't know how that'll work for him, but I'd imagine this should be his last go around. He's 29 years old, and this would be a backup situation.
There's
for
Michael
him.
Pittman. That's my brother's favorite
Yeah,
player in the
I'm
league.
shocked he's getting.
Yeah,
That he's getting.
I am
next
too,
shot.
and this much. And I think if I was, like I said, I you know what, I almost would go with. There's quite a number on the list of just free agents or whatever you want to say that I might have tried out instead of Wentz.
That tells you right there, most likely. I mean, what kind of an expectation do you have now for the Commanders?
Carson
Yeah,
Wentz,
really.
right.
Now, now your expectation totally changes.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking.
You know,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, is he?
a mediocre team is what
Yeah.
you're going to get if you're dependent on him.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, which he usually can't, because he sacrifices his body on every single play,
Yeah, and it's over.
and he gets crushed, and he takes too many hits.
And now, here's the game against Jacksonville.
That's
where
true.
he-
True Carson Wentz. I don't even understand why he's getting another shot.
He just doesn't have an arm anymore
truly
either. I
embarrassing.
don't know what happened.
I know a Colts fan. I know a Philly fan. None of them like.
I know that every time he leaves, the year you start to hear from the organization and everything. All of a sudden, here comes all
Don't stink.
the stuff. He's uncoachable. He's
It doesn't take
they're begging
long.
him to be a leader, and he doesn't want to do it. Who knows? I mean, obviously that's just talk. But of course, you said it. Reich apologized. Said I stuck my neck out for him, which is a weird statement. What's that mean? I mean, why would he have to apologize? I mean, you get my point.
Right,
like,
but it's also tying his name to it. It's like referring someone to a job that you have. You feel bad if they don't work out.
and something was wrong though.
And I just read today,
like, yeah, go ahead.
Frank Reich, 5 quarterbacks in 5 years.
Wow,
Wow.
and he was a good quarterback, allegedly.
Yeah.
In
He
his
has
time.
so many.
Supposedly.
in his day, right? Oh man, but yeah, that's one that I was kind of just couldn't understand why Washington even bothered. Because like I said, I think Jameis was good. If not better
Yeah, I'm
than
surprised
this
that they
guy.
went to Wentz. That's why I'm saying, are they trying to be mediocre?
Yeah, yeah, right. Are
And
they
that's what it
trying-
looks like to me.
Well, yeah, because
If
you
you have
know
the option.
because 9-8 can get you in the playoffs. 8-9.
I mean, Winston can sling it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next big one that happened yesterday, I guess. Khalil Mack at 31 years of age goes to the Chargers for a second round this year and a sixth round next year. Mack to the Chargers, and by my thoughts, it's a win for everyone. Everyone wins in this trade. Good for all.
Right.
The Bears get to shed money because they know they're no good. And
Khalil Mack has no use.
and
And
the
Khalil Mack
Chargers-
his career just went right in the toilet when he was there.
he got hurt all the time. Always
It
hurt.
was just, man.
He had a great first
Horrible.
couple years, and now he couldn't stay on the field. I mean, this year he had a guy on the other side that had 21 sacks,
That-
and
that
Robert
was a
Quinn.
machine.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't have a good
Oh, he had-
defensive line.
Their defense was fine.
Their front four were incredible.
Yeah,
You got
and,
Hicks, you got Goldman or whatever.
and they cut them all,
Yeah.
which I'm happy to
Well,
see.
I mean, that's what you got to do in
Yeah.
your rebuild. You got to cut it down. You can't keep going 8 and
yeah,
8.
you can't be the Commanders.
Yeah, you
and
go-
constantly
yeah.
be mediocre. At
Yeah.
one point, you got to. You're right. You got to
You
just
gotta clean
say
house.
we got to start like from the offensive line and move on. So I was
Too many
happy
people
with it.
start at the quarterback. That's
Right.
usually the problem.
It is, and that's where the Bears are. But unfortunately now, the only thing for the Bears that is great is they have a new GM, new everything.
So nothing's going to be like before.
It should be nothing like before, hopefully, and they continue
Yeah.
to just move forward because you can't continue. This 8 and 9 stuff is just you
Kills
just spin
you.
your wheels.
It's like a slow death.
Yeah, playing the Saints because you snuck in the playoffs and get embarrassed by them. Why do you want to do it? But I don't know. Some teams like it. It's easy, and I think Washington's doing it. I think you're right. I think that's what they're doing. Why not?
If they get into the playoffs, it'd be first round, and they'll get blown out.
Yeah. So there you go. Khalil Mack to the Chargers. The Chargers now, I thought they were already kind of a contender for definitely for their division, possibly the AFC. Who knows? But
Sure.
that's a good team.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy, like someone said in the comments, that the West of the AFC is incredible.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You got to. Yeah.
Oh,
KC.
Like the pass rushing duos for
that
Vegas.
they're gonna, and you know what?
Chargers is
Good,
incredible.
because they're gonna eat themselves alive over in that division, and that's great for everybody else.
Right.
We got to
You
hope.
know, there's only one's gonna come out of it.
I do.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, the Khalil Mack. So he goes 31 years old. I don't know how many years he's got left. I have no idea, but he stays healthy. He'll be fine. He'll be very good.
That's the problem.
With Bosa. All right, last one, and one that everyone's sick of talking about. I know you are.
I hate
Julio.
him. I
But we gotta say
can't
it.
take it.
Before on our way
Drives me nuts.
from last week, Aaron Rodgers
There he
gets the
is.
$200 million, 4 years, 153 guaranteed is the thing, and Devontae Adams gets franchised at $20 million a year.
You knew that was.
So, and if anyone out there doesn't know, I'm sure most of our people do, but if you don't, our people that are watching, you can only get franchised tag twice.
Yeah.
So there you go. Adams and Rodgers back again. Rodgers probably won't finish the 4 years, I'd guess, because he got the 153.
Well, they still haven't even.
guaranteed.
They reeled all that back. They still have not released the terms of his contract.
You know,
Nope. He says that 4 years is not true.
Good.
Why
And they've
can't
all
he
been.
shut the fuck-
They've all
What?
reeled the story. He said he never. And they contacted him. No information about
I've
his
had
contract was ever released.
why can't he just
This is
shut
ex-
the fuck up? I mean, really, enough.
He's annoying.
Jeez, yeah, no, really, enough. How much more can you take of this guy if you're
Right,
you know-
right after that little post that he had, that novel, I'm
Yeah.
all set. I checked out. Screw him. Screw the Packers. Screw the cheeseheads.
You just keep on,
You
everything
ever-
is.
You ever
It's
see
a
their
problem.
jerseys?
Because
when they
everything's
play?
about
They look
him,
like they
dude.
have, like, you remember back when you were in school and the pennies around?
Yes.
Those jerseys look way out of date. The whole
Oh,
team's
the whole
way out
thing.
of date.
Yeah, the whole thing is.
I'm sick of
Yeah.
hearing about Rodgers.
Did you see they were
Stupid
going to change their
Instagram.
yellow? They were talking about going to gold.
Go ahead and
No.
go.
Yeah, it was going to
really?
be gold instead of the
They
yellow.
should do it after they win something.
yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, they
Yeah.
should have won more.
You know,
I
they
mean, they
always.
should be
I know they always
ashamed.
talk about Rodgers and he's the best player, but he never wins
Yeah.
the big game.
Yeah, I'm all set.
I like Adams.
I mean,
Yeah.
so
Adams,
he
what a-
hasn't at least in a long time.
He gets franchised. I'm sure he's fine with it. He gets another year with his friend Aaron. But you know what I mean? It's shame for him though in a little way. I'd love to have seen where he could have ended up.
That
Where
would be, could
Adams
you
would have
imagine the contract he'd have got? Could you even imagine the contract that
Yeah,
guy
he would
would
have
have
got $24 million.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
I don't think you should go to the franchise tag.
Is that
It's
guy-
kidnapping him for another year.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Yeah.
agree.
Let him go.
Well, someone just got it again. I can't remember who it was, and it was there two in a row. I just can't remember what player it was. I think it was an offensive lineman. Allen Robinson was getting it by the Bears often last year.
Yeah, juice people's careers up.
Yeah.
This is not fair.
Well, I will say this though. I mean, I don't know if I cry for them too much. I mean, you're getting a year at 20 mil.
Right, but also
Play the game. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have Aaron Rodgers. You're going to Green Bay. You're in a shit division. You're going to chew it up again. You're going to have 100 catches.
Correct.
You're
But
going to be
also, if
what
you
you
want these owners and these teams rather can cut you at any given time,
Yeah.
and can make you play an extra year, but you have to honor your contract,
Yes. Yeah.
which is it's just not fair to me. If Deshaun Watson wants out, he should be able to leave. If these guys don't want to be franchise tagged, they shouldn't be able to be a franchise tag. Make it the 3 highest paid players. Make the franchise tag go up a little higher. There's no reason that you guys should be able to kidnap a player for another year.
Weak union NFL. Very weak out of all of them. I think they're the weakest. They don't ever talk like this. You
Right.
notice that? They don't.
Really?
NFLPA doesn't do much. No, they seem very weak
I always thought they were just kind of behind the scenes.
ever since what you call, back when they had that thing was a shell or whatever the hell it was.
Oh
those
yeah,
guys.
they were opening out there. Yeah, I remember that.
Now it's just
I do
very.
remember that.
There's not much, man. Things you're
Shell.
saying, I'm surprised they're not saying.
I
I'm
don't
shocked.
understand it.
Because nothing. That's why you got to get this guaranteed money, though. I mean, you have to get. Big
See, that's
guaranteed
where it's
money up
at because a
front.
lot of the guys, it doesn't matter how big the contract is. Usually,
Right,
whatever
you know.
number you hear is their Aaron Rodgers gets a $200 million contract. Odds are for most players, probably not Aaron Rodgers, a big portion of that is back ended and they don't ever even see it. Because by the time they get to that, before they're going to get that big payday, they get caught or they get restructured or they
I
yada,
think
yada.
that's the reason why the guarantee contracts are they are
Sure,
like no
it's
other
the
sport.
guaranteed money is where it's at.
Because even if you get cut tomorrow, you're getting.
Sure,
you're
they'll
getting
put it
that
all
one.
in a signing bonus, and it doesn't even count on
So
the cap.
it's, I guess that gets around, trying to get around what you were saying,
Right.
Julio. But you're right. I mean, I'm shocked there hasn't been I'm shocked there hasn't been some kind of, I wouldn't say work stoppage, but a little rumbling. You don't hear it from the players union
No,
at all.
when
in
are they
the
up again?
NFL.
When are they up again for the next contract?
That's interesting.
That
They
wasn't
don't
that
even
long
know.
ago.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
think,
seem like it was
that
because,
they did go in, and it actually went relatively smoothly,
Smooth.
if I remember.
Yeah, it'll be interesting this time.
I mean, they might have had a couple hiccups, but I don't think it was anything that was threatening.
Right.
play.
That's what all happened the last week before for our last show, and a lot happened. There's a lot more. We just haven't, like today, for example, before we go to commercial break. Today, I wrote down a few things. Nothing really, but the Bears cleaned house.
Well, teams are
Tariq Cohen,
just throwing everybody out to the wolves.
Trevathan, Eddie Goldman gone.
Big names.
Jason Kelsey signed a year for $14 million. I heard that guy. I was reading on Twitter. Raheem Mostert is 100%.
Yeah, I heard that today too.
I like
30 years old.
He's
already.
30 already.
He was
on
a
his way to
beast
the Dolphins.
prior to that.
Kind of like him. Yeah, kind of like him.
He's one of mine.
What else did we have? Did we have it? And Carlos Hyde, if anyone cares.
Yeah,
he was. I mean, what are you gonna do with Carlos?
John cares. He went to Ohio State.
Yeah, that's true. I liked him there. At Ohio
He
State.
was good.
Oh, he was.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't good.
He's in his late
But I
30s
don't
now.
know
I
that
would
he's
assume
really-
mid 30s, right?
I don't know if he's more than just a villain.
Before we go to commercial break, don't forget to check out our store. All these names you're talking about, you can find their cards, rookie cards, all that stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back talking more NFL everything.
Scenic beauty of Letchworth State Park is truly spectacular. Everyone should have the opportunity to enjoy this wonder of nature. The Autism Nature Trail at Letchworth will provide ADA-compliant accessibility and allow those with autism, as well as visitors of all ages and abilities, to push boundaries, explore new activities, and develop skills. Go to autismnaturetrail.com to learn more, and please help support this important project.
All right, thanks, Wade, for bringing us back. If you're in the message board right now, we're not neglecting it. I think Julio's in there, Robin's in there. If you have anything you want to hear Julio or Scott talk about, or anything like that, or anything, let us know. Julio, you're monitoring. Robin's looking. Feel free, say what you want, and we'll try to discuss it. Let's talk about some players that are out there available, and I want to get your guys' opinions on them and the teams, all that stuff. Let's just go. Let's start right now with one that happened just a couple of days. Was it yesterday? Today? Bobby Wagner. He was upset too. He found out. You told me this earlier. He found out by not the Seahawks. The Seahawks didn't even let him know that he was no
spending
longer
10 years with them.
Yeah. So
Pro Bowler.
horrible feeling right there for Bobby Wagner.
I was pretty shocked.
I could see Bobby Wagner maybe wanting to do something like go to the 49ers, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Wagner, Julio?
If I'm Bobby Wagner, I'm going to a team. I don't know about the Bengals. Maybe go there, support there. San Fran, like you said, would be a really good fit. and then maybe even calling and seeing what Buffalo's doing. Buffalo was a NFC, AFC Championship game, and then didn't make it the year after. 1 game shy. Why not just go there?
That might be all they need. That might be part of what they.
If a
a
contender
missing
is what
link,
you're looking for,
They definitely need help in that department.
because their
Arguably.
main guy is Tremont Edmonds is not that middle linebacker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just
He's an outside linebacker or a strong side linebacker. He's not a middle linebacker.
Now, why am I thinking the Bills go 3-4? Is that what they are? Or they have
Those
3-4?
go
Or-
3-4.
3-4.
It's 3-4.
So then you got who do they have in the middle?
Right now, that's another problem
Yeah.
with the Bills.
Yeah, well,
but
If
if I was the Buffalo Bills, I'd be going after a player more like Akeem Hicks. You need a
Right.
nose tackle or Goldman. Either one of the Bears.
Either
guys.
one of them, yeah.
They got a lot of
They
guys.
have Ed Oliver playing nose or Harrison Phillip playing nose.
Does Wagner
Harrison
play in that type of defense? Is that what was going on in Seattle?
Bobby Wagner played both.
I didn't watch a
Both?
lot of
Okay.
Seattle's defense.
Yeah, because KJ Wright was an outside edge guy type thing, and then they had another weird name, Urban Smith maybe that played. Yeah, so they played both.
Because I noticed teams that try to do like players that come from 4-3 to go to 3-4, they're really misplaced sometimes. It's kind
Right.
of hard.
Sometimes that ends their careers.
You don't know
Right.
where to
They-
go.
Yeah, it's like their
But
play
sometimes, yeah.
just falls right off.
Sometimes for middle linebackers, especially a 10-year vet, it shouldn't be that hard if you play just middle linebacker.
Well, a
'cause
team
you're-
that signs him should
yeah.
know what they're getting.
Yeah, you're
I
playing
mean, you
middle
already know
regardless.
what he's great at. Why would you
You're
even
not
try to
sending him
mess
back
with
to the
that?
quarterback. No.
Right, no,
you're not
no,
going to
just
try to
run-
sign him to put him out of position
Yeah.
somewhere and not have him at his best. Absolutely.
So he's that. Let's talk about this next guy who's more of the edge, of course, and one of the good ones, Chandler Jones. We might as well bring him up. What do you guys think? Start with you.
Every possible team.
Every team's available.
Every team.
Yeah,
every team.
It's
Not every team. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Not the Bears.
the
not,
ones that can win.
Not the Jets. Like those type of teams that aren't trying to.
Take the next step. Right
Now is not the time. These are win now, borderline playoff teams. Every team should be going after.
I mean, he's a great player. I
Yeah.
mean, but you got to remember, 5 of his sacks came in one game.
One game.
One game.
Yeah.
So you got to. He's a great player, but he's not a superstar. You got to know what you're signing up for. How much is he going to command? I don't know.
I think it's got to be. I think I was reading 15 to 18 million a year. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's well.
I mean, and he's in the twilight too. He's in a win now position as well due to his age. I mean, if he's going to get a little payday at the end here, this is it.
Right. Robin, you have something for me?
No.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
if he's around 15, you got to remember that's not even top 10.
That's what I mean.
An edge rusher. Edge rushers are up there in the 28. TJ Watt, the Boza, the Joey, Philip Max at 23.5. You're going all the way down here where
he's got to be 18.
He's getting less than Eric Armstead.
Yeah,
He
that's
got
crazy.
15.
He's
Carl Lewis.
Yeah. See, he's got to be 18. Is my thought.
The last year's free agents, Carl Lawson,
Those guys are making that kind of money.
Carl Lawson, Bud
I didn't know they were
Dupree,
making that kind of
and
money.
Trey Hick.
He's horribly
Hickerson.
underpaid then.
All them
right
guys
now.
got 15.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess if you get him at that price,
Yeah,
it's
you're
somewhat
happy,
of a
yeah.
deal then,
Yeah,
right?
You got to have 18.
I didn't realize
would
those
think.
players that position and
Because
those
there's
players were commanding
Yeah,
that
so
kind of
you're,
money.
what are you saying?
Wow.
18, maybe 20?
It'd be 18 to 20, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can afford him, you should definitely go get him. I
Sure.
understand that most of his sacks didn't come in the first game, but
Oh, he's still a phenomenal
if
player.
you also look at his other partner, he didn't have a partner on the other side. It's difficult for a pass rusher to get to the quarterback, being the only guy going after the quarterback.
Yeah, you team him up with somebody, and Buffalo's got young guys that are unproven still.
Like look
obviously.
at Robert Quinn last year.
So they could be
Yeah, he went
huge.
wild.
Oh
21
my
and a half
God,
sacks,
Robert
yeah.
Quinn went wild
Yeah.
last year.
You gotta
For
it.
sure.
That's what I don't know what the hell is
Like it
wrong
revived
with
his
Khalil Mack.
career,
Yeah.
man.
I have no idea what happened to Mac. Oh, injuries happened. And then he was nowhere to be found.
It was
He just
out
he
of
was
nowhere,
just
right
done.
from the beginning of the year.
No,
He was.
Quinn. Yeah. Well, that's
Right
why
from
the
the beginning of
Bears.
the year.
He had that kind of a crazy great year with Dallas, and then he goes to free agency. The Bears take him in. He was terrible, absolutely horrible. Quinn. And last year, I don't know what happened. That was nuts. He broke Richard Dent's record.
Right.
It was stunning.
It's awesome.
Stunning. Although an extra game. What I think. But let me talk about one more of these guys. Okay. There'd be Von Miller. Is he staying with the
He-
Rams? What do you think?
That's
My almost lock of free agency is him going back to Denver.
That would be
I-
interesting. Yeah.
I don't think, as much as I think that story would be great, I think he's staying.
He's
with the
also
Rams.
posted on Twitter twice or Instagram twice.
Yeah, he's messing with people if
Yeah.
he doesn't.
But why not? Why not go there?
Seriously, he's
Russell
really teasing his fans if he doesn't. Go
Russell
back.
Wilson can definitely take him there.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos aren't that far away. Their defense is good. Patrick Surtain Jr. is on the
Who's the
cornerback.
head coach there now? Why am I forgetting? Is
They just
anyone-
got one, the offensive coordinator from Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
Their rookie coach.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he's ever coached before.
No, I don't think he has either.
But did he make a commitment to them that he's
Yeah,
I'll be
it'll
back.
be-
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It will be interesting. Yeah.
He's
All
playing around though.
right.
If he doesn't.
That's pretty much all the. I mean, I don't know if you guys think. I got to ask this name, Randy Gregory. What do you think of it? I want to know what you think of
I'm
him.
not a big fan of Randy
I'm not
Gregory.
either.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what to think. I just know.
But like, where do you put him if
Yeah.
you sign
That's
him? You pay him
that's
15
pretty
million,
interesting.
all
You know, I
Right.
really thought about that too when I heard he was going to be.
Randy
I
Randy
was
Gregory,
Like, man,
he's suspended. He had off the field.
yeah,
problems.
like
I don't like to hold that against.
Has he
anybody, but-
changed? Really? I mean, is he changed? Is he healthy?
Right.
I
Robin.
mean,
Kenneth Jackson wants to know what you guys think of Jameis.
Yeah, Jameis Winston's probably going to end up in.
he looks
He's
good.
probably going to be in the Colts, but he did come off an injury though.
There's been some videos released of him working out. I mean,
He's nothing special.
he looks well coming back from a surgery. I'd say he looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
I think he's better than Wentz.
But then,
yeah.
again, if you're not
Yeah.
going to a place
Steelers.
like Indianapolis or the
if
Steelers,
you're going to be
I think he's going to
launching it,
Pittsburgh if I had to guess.
he
if you're
would
gonna be
have to.
launching, he might.
Because if he
Yeah,
doesn't go
he
to, if he
could.
doesn't go
It's
to
going
the
to be really
Colts,
interesting to see where some of these guys go. I want to know what happens with Jimmy G. That'll tell everybody everything.
It is big.
How long is that going to get held out for?
right?
You know, that's going to get drug on forever. I think
If San Francisco thinks they can win, I can't imagine they're going with that quarterback.
they're
the
probably going to
rookie
hold out
quarterback.
till it gets
Yeah.
ridiculous and people get desperate. And that's going to happen.
I think rookie
People start
quarter.
slinging picks around and all kinds of players and everything.
You know what's going
We'll
to?
see.
I think we're going to start seeing. We're going to go back. I have a feeling. I don't know when. Soon, we're going to start going back to where rookie quarterbacks are going to have to sit a little. I think they're
It
getting
seems
pushed
to get
in
that way,
too
huh?
fast.
See,
And
but
then-
that is the thing. But then
Yeah.
look at Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. They
Special.
break that. They break
Yeah.
that mold.
They're very special.
But all the other guys have been sitting.
Who?
Somewhat, right?
Well, Fields played a lot.
Fields deserves to sit. There's
Yep.
there's Fields, Tua,
Tua.
all the rookies last year really.
Oh, they all could have
Okay,
sat. They probably
uh,
all should have.
But then you got
What's
Josh Allen
called
played
just
right away.
San
Lamar.
Francisco. for
He
most
was the
part.
only one. Yeah, because the
I
rest. all
mean,
played.
it doesn't happen as much anymore. Usually they get drafted to such a terrible organization
and that's
because
what's
the record's
horrible.
so bad that they're rushed
And
in,
that's
even though they say
why-
they're not going
yeah,
to.
right.
They rush them in,
That's why-
and they
that's-
get slaughtered.
And that's
it
why
wrecks
the
their
Bears
confidence
had
and
it
it's
right.
done.
The Bears had it right
Every
for a
time.
second when they said, "All right, we're going to have Andy Dalton, and then we're not going to play this guy."
The red
That was
rifle.
smart. Do it,
Right.
and don't worry about your record. Who cares that you won a couple games at the beginning? But then they panicked and they threw him in there, and it was a waste of
That's
time.
why they should.
I
maybe
mean,
think about-
Rodgers is probably one of the last ones that really sat. How long? He
Oh,
sat for a
6
while,
years, maybe
right?
4 or 5 years.
He sat for like half his
He
life.
might have sat 4 years.
Right.
That's why he's gonna play. till
Robin,
forever.
something else?
Yep. Rod Knight wants to know what you guys think about Pack.
The offensive coordinator, right? Well, now it's a new coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every
It's gonna
offensive
be-
coach is
I
going
can't
to
wait
be
to
able
see
to
what
help.
he does, man.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do pretty good.
Wilson should be able to thrive with him.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's a
He
defensive
didn't get
guy,
Aaron
right?
Rodgers like he wanted. He got Russell Wilson. That's good enough,
They
man.
moved
You know?
immediately too. They were trying for Rodgers and then
That's gonna be good to
immediately
see.
pivoted. Good for him to get his quarterback though. He did great things with Aaron Rodgers. Obviously,
They have the potential to be a very dangerous team.
Right. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
if I'm them, I'm
Very
going to do
dangerous team.
what the Rams did and go get these guys that
They shore up that defense, and they should be pretty solid.
I know.
I mean,
No, you're right.
But they're just in a division that eats itself alive. Who's gonna climb out of that?
Is it Javante? Who is it? Javante Williams? Who's the running
Yeah,
back?
Javante Williams from UNC.
He's the running back over there.
It's just the division now is you've got quarterbacks. in the league.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be outstanding. And then you look at some of the sad divisions, like go look at the NFC South. Oh my God, there's not a quarterback to be found. You
See,
know?
that brings me up to a conversation I was going to try to get into yesterday or last week when we talked about rule changes.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to do it today because it's free agent day,
Right.
but the division realignment needs to happen. It's got to happen. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that the Miami Dolphins play AFC, come all the way up here to play. It's
I agree
not
at
fair.
this point.
Miami has to travel up.
Yeah,
up,
that should have
up.
happened actually a long time
They
ago.
gotta
Why
go
are
to
they
New
discussing
Jersey.
it?
No, they just when they talk
Oh.
about rule changes, who cares what jersey numbers that these guys are wearing? Who cares about the overtime rules? Universal regardless. The Miami Dolphins should not be traveling. I only do that because I'm the Dolphins. They should not be going up to New Jersey, Buffalo, New England.
Because they fixed Tampa, because Tampa used to be in the NFC Central at the time.
It doesn't
called.
make sense that
And-
all three
yeah.
Florida teams are all in different divisions.
It doesn't make sense.
The
They
only
should
thing
be together.
Yeah, right. The
Yeah,
only
it is
thing I would
ridiculous
do
the way
is-
they're all
With
spread out the way
Atlanta,
they
you got
are.
Right.
Atlanta right there. It's a perfect mix.
Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville,
Right.
Miami.
You go
Those
from the
divisions.
blizzard and you play in
Yeah.
95-degree heat.
And then you do the West. You can do the West all by itself.
Right. Well, yeah, you want to get Dallas out of the East. That's whack.
It drives
In
me.
the NFC
It
East.
drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, no.
Switch everything around.
I have a whole.
Well, remember
display I did at
Arizona
work.
used to be the Cardinals used to be in the
Yep.
East.
Right.
for a long
I had a whole display I wrote down at work the other day. I'll bring it next week.
Yeah, bring the display.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. Let's throw some offensive linemen all together. I think we talked about this. Center Ryan Jensen.
He's one of the best 5 in
Yeah.
the league. Any team that's going to run the ball should be getting him. If I'm the 49ers, I'm going to get him.
How
Who's
old-
in need of?
Oh my God!
I mean, how
There's
many?
probably like 4 teams
Yeah,
that don't have
really?
one because they have Creed Cunningham of Kansas City. Kelsey stayed at $14 million, which is crazy to me. But,
Now they're saying Feliciano's out there.
Yeah.
And he wants to be a center.
yeah, I mean,
So who knows if that's
try it
gonna,
out,
if
but-
that's going to happen?
Right.
But that's what I had heard, that he was.
But
on the center.
centers is if you're going to run the ball, you need a center.
I think the Bears' biggest thing will be I think that'll be one if they do anything.
That's
It's going to be
all their
offensive
money should be.
line.
I said this 2 weeks ago. If you're a team like them that's rebuilding, every single thing should be in a trend. It should be the defensive line or
Yeah.
offensive line. It needs to be built.
You know,
in
it
the middle.
seems so obvious, right?
Yeah.
Like tear your team down and build it back up. It's amazing to me that it doesn't.
The Bears are finally
often.
doing
Yeah,
it.
fine.
There's
Finally,
teams
right.
like Detroit that are just
They never do
seem
it.
like they're so
They also-
happy to be
They just can't hit.
mediocre or
Yeah.
terrible forever. Like, what is that all about?
Yeah, the Stafford trade
Seriously.
really was horrible. At that point, they should just let him go and not even. I wouldn't even want to go. I
Right.
don't even know if I even wanted it.
It's going to sound
You know what
silly,
I mean?
but a
Like,
team like that should
but-
not be drafted pick 2nd overall, 3rd overall. Where are they? They're top 3, right?
I think so.
They shouldn't be drafting that. They should be trading back.
But
so
they
that 2
draft
players
so
is better than
high
one.
all the time, and they're just.
And they should never. They should.
so
They should move back.
bad,
They should
you
never.
know?
The
It's
Detroit
just
Lions
too
should never be
much.
top 5 picks. They should always be trading back every year, no matter what.
You go to
until they're
Detroit,
ready to
like,
get that
ends your
quarterback.
life. Your career's
Yeah.
over.
So offensive linemen are huge all over the place. Armstead, we got a list here. You get Trent Brown. I like this guy Tomlinson. I do like him.
That's another lock I got.
He might go to. I
He's going to
had him
Miami.
going to Miami. But that's funny you say that.
There's
That's
no chance he doesn't go to
Oh, yeah.
Miami.
I like that guy.
Unless he gets outbid by Miami, which could happen, whatever. The coach is there. They run the ball. He's already in their scheme. He already knows
James-
the coach. It's just perfect
James
fit.
Daniels with the Bears. I think he's very athletic. He's good. I don't know why they'll let him go, but it looks like they
That's
will.
another right guard. He's got to play on the right side, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Eric Fisher.
So many,
Eric Fisher. That's
so
a
many players.
offensive tackle that the Bills should look at.
That's what I want the Bears to look at. But I think they do like. Speaking of the Bears, I think they do like that kid Tevin Jenkins. They drafted him, and he had to have back surgery,
Right.
and now he's back, and he played well in
He
a
can-
couple of games.
He can do the tackle spot.
And he's angry, and he's mean, which they don't
he's
have.
big.
And that other guy they got. This is one good thing they did. In the 6th round, they got that Larry Borum or whatever his name is. He's been good, so that's a good start.
Right.
They don't have a center. The Bears
which
really
is, which
are
is fine. But
hurting.
then that should be Ryan Jensen's spot then. But you got to overpay him though.
But let's talk about like you got the quarterbacks.
Right.
The guy for the Jets, the Bears quarterback, whatever. Jacksonville. At some point, like this year is the year I hope we start to see who they are, and you can't do
Well,
that
you
until you start to
should.
put offensive linemen there. I don't
Right.
even care. I know you got to get them weapons, but like I'm going to look at Chicago. I think there is enough. I mean, you got a good running back. You do have Mooney. You have some. You could probably fit in somebody.
Right.
You don't need to go crazy because they'd be the stupidest thing if they went to go get Amari Cooper. I'd quit. Like the
Right.
Bears shouldn't
That
do
would
anything
just-
like that.
You might as
Yeah.
well just
Right, right,
re-franchise
right,
tag Allen Robinson.
You just go to just quit. And I hope they. I don't think they're
making
going to
moves
do
just
that.
to try to pull.
I just
Yeah.
think when you're evaluating a quarterback, you need an offensive line more than you need a receiver.
I do too.
Which
yeah.
I understand.
100%.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
You either need one or the other. You can't have a half.
Unless
both
he's
have a-
fast enough to not get killed every
But then
single
after
play.
that-
there ain't many of them.
Then after that, you got a Bill situation where all offseason he's just being ripped apart that he's a running back. And that's not fair either. Josh Allen was considered a running back his first year because he was running all over the place. Like a mad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now he's not.
Right.
Well,
They reeled
And now
him
he's
back
good.
a little
Obviously,
bit,
they stick
too.
with him.
Yeah.
You know?
They have to.
Thank God they did, because when he runs,
But then they built an
God,
offensive
I'm like,
line for him and then
no.
went and got Diggs.
They
Because
just
the
gotta
Bills' offensive
stop.
line 2 years ago was good.
Well, once they
Right.
get the running game that actually resembles, I mean, yeah, Singletary did come back, came on in the second half of the season, no doubt about it. But they don't address it this year. You
Yeah.
have to wonder why.
I wonder if they.
You know what I
didn't-
mean?
Yeah.
If they don't address it with somebody this year, that's better.
sometimes I wondered, did they? You
I
would
don't
know
I don't
maybe a
'cause
little.
Zach
'Cause
Moss, I don't know. I don't even know.
I've
anymore.
watched very few Bills
a
games
lot
this
of people
year.
are iffy with him. I'm done.
Did they? I didn't start watching the Bills until the playoffs because I was always watching the other conference and stuff, and I would check them out when they'd have a obviously when they'd be a national game.
Mhm.
They just don't want to run, or is it they feel they couldn't run? Is the offensive line unable to run? and
Honestly,
block,
I
or-
just feel that they figured it. What it felt like and what it pretty much
Right.
was they just didn't have enough confidence in the offensive line
run
to
blocking.
create enough holes, and they also didn't have enough confidence in Singletary or Moss to overcome the weakness of the offensive line and make a play. It just combined for nothing, and
The
it was,
Bills
it was
should
terrible.
never let Quentin Spain go.
So I mean, when you got the other team scoring in chunks, you're not scoring in chunks. You're not getting them third downs of they got to run him because he was more dynamic. I mean,
Really
he's just
need-
a better running back, just in the size of size of a linebacker,
Yeah, one thing the Bills
like Roethlisberger.
they really, really think that might be one for me. That might be the only thing that might be another just a little piece to get him into the Super Bowl. Would just run to be capable of doing it. To be
As
able
long
to,
as they
for
don't
a little
even-
bit.
you can't depend on it though, and they were
Well, you
depending
wouldn't
on
with
it too
him-
much,
yeah.
and I'm shocked he didn't get hurt.
I mean,
I can't believe nobody murdered him.
I want
man.
him to turn and hand it. I'm
Really?
saying, like, give it to
I'm
the
really
running.
shocked.
Get a running back in there that you can just turn and hand it to.
Not even just a running back.
Help your defense a little.
You got to build it inside of the offensive line.
Right,
too.
yes,
Which
yes.
they had. Morrison was good. Quentin Span was good. And Deion Dawkins was good. And then they
Did too
just needed the
much.
right size. But then they cut Quentin Span. You cut him. And then you cut Wyatt Teller.
Mm.
Because you gave up on him way too soon. But then you won't give up on someone like Cody Ford. Bears.
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked if they don't do something with Cody Ford. I'll be
And
surprised.
also,
'Cause he's
let's-
terrible,
Let him play
He's
one position. I
terrible.
do this problem with the Dolphins.
and they've
You-
given
you
him
move
so
him.
much time.
Just stop moving him positions. Either he's inside or outside. Play one of the two.
All right, so let's move on from offensive line and go to a different position that's offensive, wide receiver.
Oh, boy.
Um,
This list really went down.
Allen Robinson's there, and of course,
That was where the franchise tag and the re-signings really crushed free agency, though. You got Devontae Adams that stayed on a franchise.
right.
Chris Godwin stayed on a franchise. Mike Williams got overpaid, but he resigned.
He resigned,
Allen
right.
Robinson's going for the gold, so
He's got
it's
it.
going to be interesting to see where he
Yeah,
goes.
I can't even
I mean, he
imagine.
came right out and said that he is. So
Go ahead and go to the highest bidder,
Don't
but
blame
you're
him.
not
Hey,
seeing a playoff.
being underused, and
I can't even imagine where he goes.
it's going to be pretty
gonna
interesting.
go to the
man.
Jets.
I can't wait to see.
I
where
was
he
going to say
goes.
Jacksonville or Indy.
He's not gonna go back.
Come
to
on,
Jacksonville.
he's
I
not
thought
going
he
to.
was
He's not going to
Jacksonville.
go to teams that are just rebuilding. Indy's a good. That's
Indy's a great one.
That's a great
Yeah.
one.
But why are you going to Indy now? Like I said last week with
It
Baker,
depends.
you're going to someone that's worse than Baker.
Maybe
Well, who's-
Cleveland?
well,
I don't
who's
know.
the QB?
But I would only think
Not
Who's
going
the
to
QB gonna be?
Kansas City, Buffalo. Why? He's not going to go there.
I would take
Um,
Jacksonville off the list because I don't think he's going to go back. to
And
Jacksonville?
Buffalo's going to, I think, address wide receiver in the draft. I don't think they're gonna-
Differently,
I don't
yeah,
think
I
they're
don't think they
going to
would
sign a free agent.
do
I think
this.
if they're going to sign, I think a defensive free agent. It's going to be probably a defensive.
If the Bills are looking for one free agent to make a difference to their team and make them maybe go to the Super Bowl,
What do you think?
it's Carlton Davis, or
Yeah, Carlton Davis.
and Calais
Like-
Campbell, because you're not paying Carlton Davis top cornerback dollars, and you're not
We'll
paying
see.
Calais Campbell a defensive tackle /
He's
defensive
really
end.
good, Campbell, too.
Incredible.
He's just very, obviously,
There's no.
you just don't know who he
That's
is. a
two
lot of
players for
things.
the price of one.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get rid of Allen Robinson, get rid of Chandler Jones. I would rather have Carlton Davis and Calais Campbell over Chandler.
Juju Smith-Schuster, any thoughts? Words about Cleveland
That's
Browns keep
interesting
coming
too
up
because he's
on him.
pretty slamming.
Yeah.
He's a good free agent to pick
Yeah,
up
he's-
right
he's a
now.
good free agent. Again.
He'd be a great pickup. I don't know. To be honest, it's going to depend on how much he wants.
Browns.
A lot of this comes down to money, unfortunately, with a lot of these guys.
Right,
And
but
some
these
teams
guys will
just
probably
aren't
get-
willing to pay people.
If you're doing
Some
wide
teams are
receiver
willing
only,
to sell the farm, and some people aren't willing to part with anything.
if you're doing wide receiver only, Allen Robinson's going to want near $20 million. He's going to want the $18 million. He's not going
Yeah,
to
he's
get more
going
than
to.
Devontae
Yeah,
Adams.
he's going to want about
Amari
18.
Cooper, he's already at $20 million. You might as well trade for him if you're going to want him. Trade for him because
There's
he's
so
gonna
many
want a little
big
bit more.
names that are going to switch teams.
But then
I'm
why not
shocked.
just go after a Christian Kirk, a Juju Smith-Schuster, a DJ Chark? I hate Michael Gallup, but another
DJ
another
Chark?
very-
I like him for Buffalo. I
a
wish
very
they'd go
interesting
after
name for
him.
Buffalo. It'd be Will
If they're
Fuller
gonna
for
if
me.
they're gonna
Will
move on
Fuller.
from, if they're gonna move on from
Man.
Cole Beasley,
Yeah.
they need to get somebody like a
Well, what's Emmanuel Sanders? Is he still there? Is
No,
he
Emmanuel
he's gone.
Sanders
He's done.
is
He's done.
half
He's
retired.
retired. I
Is he?
believe.
Okay.
He
A
hasn't
really
officially
good receiver
retired,
for the
but
Buffalo Bills in free
set up.
agency would
Will
1,000%
Fuller
be
is a
Will
good,
Fuller.
if he ever stayed healthy, man, he was good.
He got signed with
You
the
know,
Miami
I liked
Dolphins
Will
late for
Fuller,
10
and I wanted Buffalo to sign him a couple years ago.
last year.
Off to Arizona with him. I think he's going to go and reunite with his.
You think so?
Why not? Or unless if Deshaun Watson signs before the before he signed. Last year,
He
Will-
does seem to just throw himself out there to whoever calls him up.
Will Fuller
You
did
know what
not
I mean?
sign.
They got it
Right.
going on. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Last year, Will Fuller was
He's
one of the
pretty
bigger
good. Yeah,
ticket
you're right.
receivers out there
He can
that
stay
did not
healthy.
sign until everybody else signed. He was the last one to sign.
Huge for him.
I want to hear what you guys think of that. And I'm going to say his name wrong, probably. It's you got the three name Marquez Valdez Scandling with the Packers. What are your thoughts on
I wouldn't
that
even
guy?
put
What
him.
about
I would
him?
rather Russell Gage first.
Oh, really?
What about
Okay.
him?
I just thoughts because he's out there, and I know I've
Really?
seen teams.
I'm kind of surprised they just let him
Mentioning.
walk. He must. I don't know.
That's another thing.
That's interesting.
If I was the Green Bay and I'm stepping up and saying, "Hey, stay with me for the whole 4 years,"
I haven't
I'm
watched.
going ahead
him
and getting
enough
these receivers.
to be able to say yay or nay on.
Right.
You know, I don't know if he's a bad route runner.
I've seen a lot of
if
them.
he's got a lot of drop passes.
I've seen
The Browns are.
Yeah,
What?
The Browns are looking to get Amari Cooper right now.
Amari Cooper to the Browns.
Not yet, not official. They're looking to get him, and
Amari
all they want is a
Cooper
third
to
or
the
a fourth round pick.
Browns.
But it's not official yet. They're looking to get him.
And Jarvis Landry would be gone.
Well, Jarvis Landry's gone regardless. That's another person you
Pretty
can put
much.
up in
You
this
never
list.
know. They could mend it.
Trade?
It
Is
just
it trade
It
with
wouldn't
him, or is
surprise
it
me with the
15
character that he
$15 million
is,
drop.
the type of guy that he is. I could see him, not holding a grudge.
Yeah.
But then
Or maybe I'm just gauging on him always being so quiet, never really saying anything.
oh, see, I dealt with him
You know?
in LSU and Miami. I watched LSU all the time. Diehard LSU fan, and obviously Miami. And he talks a lot, and he's not happy with being. He wants his money. They made him play hurt. He's willing to play hurt. They should pay him what he deserves.
Wonder
Or
where
cut
he.
him.
I can't even imagine where he. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
where a player
That's
like
another
him ends
guy,
up.
like a
I mean,
player like him, a DJ Chark. All these bottom of the list that I have over here should be going to a team like Green Bay that doesn't have the cap space, that has the quarterback and is ready to win now.
Right.
If you go ahead and get one of them, you're looking good. Your offense is looking good. You would have Devontae Adams and Jarvis Landry.
Some of these guys are going to have to. Really, not everyone's ready to win now. I mean, some of them are going to be upset
Green Bay.
because you know what I mean. There's just so many teams, and if they're ready to win now, right? Some of them don't.
Right.
Green
San
Bay's one of
Diego's
them.
obviously all in.
San Diego. Yeah, LA.
San Diego's all in.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Who else is all in right now?
Denver.
Buffalo should be all in. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Seems
make
like
any moves.
Denver is.
They haven't made any more moves yet, so I don't know. They
Denver.
signed touchdown Jesus, but that ain't that big of a signing.
Denver.
It's a special teams player.
Denver's a definite. I mean,
Kansas City.
Denver's definitely
Kansas
all
City.
in.
That's another name.
Yeah, it's another name. Yeah.
If I'm them, I'm looking right at the cornerback list, and I'm saying Stephon Gilmore, come play with me.
What's Baltimore
Right.
got going?
Baltimore. That's another team. Go ahead and get another receiver for Baltimore.
But
DJ Chark.
nobody's linking them to anybody.
No, it's quiet.
They're
You're
always
not
quiet
hearing
though.
anything,
They're
you
always
know?
very quiet. They're quiet on the whole all their draft picks whenever they draft. There's no rumor to them being there.
right.
They're just a quiet team.
Let's go through a few more of the positions. I mean, tight end. We might as well touch.
So
There's none.
we did
There's
tight end,
none.
but there's
They're all gone.
Ertz and Gronkowski. That has been.
Yeah, that's it.
Until players.
And,
You got
Ingram,
that.
Everybody else is
and
gone.
Evan Ingram was hurt all the time.
Evan Ingram, probably the Bills. He's linked to the Bills a lot. Then you got the receiver we already talked about. Running back Leonard Fournette's probably the best one available. Christian.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been
Portland
linked to
Patterson.
anybody I haven't heard yet.
I do.
I haven't heard much about him.
Philly for me, I've seen, and Buffalo. I've seen.
I like James.
Really?
I like James Conner a little.
James Conner, and James Conner is the youngest one on here.
I like him a lot. He's good.
I always liked James Conner.
And
When he was in Pittsburgh, he was fantastic.
the one who you should run away. I can't believe Cordell Patterson. I don't even.
Where's he gonna go?
Uh,
He's teasing it on Twitter.
Where's he gonna go?
It.
He should tease, honestly, becoming a good player.
I know. That's what I was gonna say too. This guy. I don't know what happened. Last year was the oddest thing in fantasy football because Mike Davis was supposed to be the guy. And Cordell
I did call
Patterson-
Cordell Patterson before the season. On my life, I sent it to John a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. In the offseason around this time, they signed him, and I said he will be the starter.
That was what.
I sent John the receipt.
Because I watched. He's big. I loved when he played for the Bears. I mean, he was
He's
great.
huge.
But as a running back, it looks weird.
It
looks always-
looks very weird
Yeah.
because he's a very
and
big
he's
guy.
upright,
He's
too.
Yeah,
It's-
and he
right.
runs straight up.
You
Yeah,
know who
you're
else is
right.
upright? Debo Samuel.
Yeah. Yes.
And and there's a
Inviting
team
yourself.
right
He
there.
doesn't.
Cordell Patterson going to the Dolphins would be realistic. He
Sure.
would be able to fit the obviously is a lesser of a player, but the Debo Samuel.
What's he looking at?
I don't even bother.
He's
looking
got to
at
be
the-
looking at something.
I
He
don't look
said
at
he
the
was
money.
looking to cash in.
I never ever look at the money.
Geez, it's got to be.
Until the first
You
person
gotta look at
signs,
the
it's
money.
hard.
It's got to be. It can't because that was a one-time deal. It isn't like he's a kid either. He's been
He's
around
old.
a while.
I was gonna say when
It's
I
interesting.
When I
Not
first
the-
heard,
the money
heard
is
he was having
important.
a year. I was like, wow. I didn't even know he was still
Melvin
around.
Gordon. Does he
Does-
still want to play? Does
He
anyone?
does
know?
not want to play for Denver, though. He already said he doesn't want to be a backup.
I don't blame. Okay,
Which
interesting.
is fine.
Does he deserve a starting?
He played well
He
last
deserves it.
year.
He does well. He won me my first ever legal parlay on.
he played well last year. I thought. I
Yeah.
thought Gordon was decent. I don't know where a guy like him though.
Where's he gonna? Fit
We
in?
can't always
Like,
win
what's he
now.
gonna-
I guess sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of these guys always want to win, but I'm sorry. There's just so many positions on those teams.
But any single
that
one of
wanna
these
win.
running backs, if you want Leonard Fournette, you want James Conner, Chase Edmonds, a little underrated. Sonny Michel, I'll take off the list. I don't even care about him. He's replaced by
Right.
everybody. And
He
Melvin Gordon,
yeah.
all four of these guys should all see what each other are being offered and go up to the Bills themselves and say, "Hey, I want to play."
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if Buffalo doesn't bring somebody.
They got to bring in one of them guys.
James
That's
Conner
why
would be
they're
a
not
good
doing it.
Buffalo Bill.
James
I
Conner
think.
would be
From
fantastic.
Erie,
Even
Pennsylvania.
Leonard
it would work
Fournette,
out
though.
well.
Leonard
Yeah, well, Leonard
Fournette-
Fournette would be
I think they have
too
a,
much.
They
I
seem
think
to have a hard time cutting
overwhelming.
ties with players they draft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Zach Moss. I mean, he's just not who we thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a couple years into it. Let's cut our losses and just be done with the project.
Another position, cornerbacks.
Yes.
If you got Desmond King, very underrated. Dante Jackson.
Yeah.
If you need
Buffalo's
if you
looking
need a
for
slot
corners.
corner, Desmond King and Dante Jackson should be the first two. They're incredible at being the slot receiver or the slot corner. You got Hayward Jr. Casey Hayward Jr. used to play for LA's Chargers,
Right.
well San Diego. He's a free agent. Carlton Davis again is a good one. Stephon Gilmore's a good one. Obviously, Stephon Gilmore not going to a team like the Bills. He's not going to come back here. But like you got Hayward, you got Davis. They need a cornerback number 2. They were in the playoffs. They're in win now. Also, Kansas City should be looking at every single one of these cornerbacks.
Yeah.
You're going against teams that are now going to be able to pass the ball in your division.
Yeah,
You're going to need a cornerback. You
Yeah.
probably might even you should call on J.C. Jackson and Carlton Davis. They both of you guys.
I haven't
The
I haven't
one
heard anything
biggest
at all.
rumor, again, and I know I say their name a lot.
Heard the
'cause
Chargers.
is the Miami Dolphins to go play with the defensive coordinator that was in New England. They've already, I guess, I don't know how it's legal, but already have a really strong connection about signing here. So Miami would have to move Byron. It wouldn't have to, but would likely move Byron.
I want to get ideas on safety, guys. I mean, Matthew, I kind of imagine he stays with Kansas City. Tyrann Matthew.
If they have the cap.
They have the cap, right? He stay. I don't know.
Yeah,
what that,
some of these guys get cut. And then
Look,
they
I
just
don't know what
turn
to
around
think
and
of him,
resign.
and I know how much you like him.
Yeah,
that's an
LSU guy,
interesting
but
one.
let's take
LSU
that
guy.
out of it. Does he look like he's kind of?
I don't think he's regressing. I think the problem is Kansas City's defense, especially their secondary, was just not good. It's hard to be the one guy out there running around.
Yeah, they
It's
were.
just really hard.
He plays angry too.
That is good. That's nice.
He plays angry.
You
that
want
guy.
angry.
And he can also be
He's
one of those
fired
guys
up,
that
man.
slide down into your slot and play man coverage on a tight end. Even though he's
True.
little, he plays on those tight ends.
He's pretty good.
I
He's
saw
fantastic.
a Chicago Bear on the list, Kyle Fuller. Remember how good he was for 1 second?
Yeah.
But he couldn't cover anyone. He's a good tackler, and I thought he'd be a great safety
Kyle
someday.
Fuller's on there. The safety
Yeah.
list is pretty good, and then in the draft they got a really elite guy that I think would be the best available guy in the draft, Kyle Hamilton. But if you're not drafting in the top 10, you're not going to get him.
That's
You
the
would-
Jets, right? Isn't he always linked to the Jets?
Yeah, probably. If I was the Jets, I wouldn't take him, but again,
You
for
never
the
know.
Jets.
Yeah.
But it's just if you can get Tyrann Matthews, Marcus Mays, Marcus Williams, even Cordavius Diggs, incredible players. They can all start. Improve your team immediately.
We talked about Chandler Jones. We talked about Von Miller, but defensive end or edge rusher, there's good. I mean,
There's a
it's
couple.
a decent list. I'm not a big fan of Clowney at all.
Nobody should be a big fan. He's one of the most overrated players in the whole league.
Since day one.
I don't know why anybody is.
Because he picked
I
up a
don't-
football on a fumble. That's why.
But
That's why he went. Where
I
he
never
went.
really
and in
cared
South
for that
Carolina,
guy.
yeah, South Carolina was such a crazy PR machine over there. It was really something. I mean, the first time I got to see him play, I was expecting something crazy.
Right, that he was going to be.
You know,
Like,
but
yeah, he was.
I didn't
Everybody
see
had
it.
us all fired up.
Because then I watched him play, and it just wasn't what I was expecting. The way they talked, you know, like he was some kind of disaster, you know, a menace. To South Carolina, and he gets to South Carolina. Yeah. In South Carolina, though, I remember one time getting ready to watch a game. You know how they do game day,
Yeah.
with Lee Corso and all that. They were making it like this was a, I couldn't wait to see it. They had me all fired up to see it, and he didn't. There was nothing happened. It was really like I'm like, what the hell's this? And so for me now, I don't know. I don't
Connie,
know.
I'm all set on
what you do
Connie
with him.
and Randy Gregory. I'm all set on him.
Ingram?
Melvin Ingram.
I think he's underrated. I like
Where do you
him.
finish up? Kansas City?
Yeah,
He did pretty well there. It didn't help Chris Jones.
I like. Ingram.
Justin Houston, a little over age. Hassan Reddick, I think he's pretty good. He came from Arizona 2 years ago. Last year he played on a free agent
nothing
1 year
about
deal.
him.
He went
Okay.
to Carolina.
And
I think he's pretty good.
you jump him ahead of Clown like that. If you were ranking,
if I'm doing edge rushers,
right.
and I'm not counting Campbell. I'm counting him more of as a defensive tackle. Jones, Miller, Emmanuel Agba from the Dolphins. They didn't re-sign him, and he already said that he's testing the market. He's getting his last payday. I would do Reddick before I do all those. And the middle linebacker, if you go to the
Yeah, we got to go there
Campbell
too. Yeah.
from the Green Bay Packers. He had a great year. Obviously, Bobby Wagner's there, but he's probably going to, and somehow they're all going to make the cap work for him. Is Leighton Vander Esch. I
like
really want him.
Yeah, you should. I think
Bobby Wagner,
awfully
man,
good.
I really want to see where he's going.
Oh, Anthony Barr.
I like Barr. Yes, I like him too.
Anthony
They got
Barr.
their guys. They're there.
This is like
They're there for the Bills.
There's a
They're
lot.
there to-
There's a
they're-
lot of guys
that you
there.
don't have to get Wagner.
Big
Look
time
at the
players.
But wouldn't you rather have like a Dante Hightower? I didn't even say him.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
Vander
that's right.
Esch, an
Yep,
Anthony
Dante
Barr.
Hightower. He's gonna be
All
available.
before you go ahead and pay
and
Wagner.
pay Wagner.
'Cause
Yes.
Now you can go ahead
Yes.
and get, like, let's say we're
I
from
agree.
Buffalo, so I'll use Buffalo as an example. The Buffalo Bills need a middle linebacker. They need a wide receiver and they need a cornerback. Why go ahead and get a player like Bobby Wagner when you can get a Vander Esch and Casey Hayward?
You know what's funny about Buffalo? I don't even know. To me, wide receiver would be the last thing. on
Right,
my
because the
list.
draft is so loaded anyway.
It would just. I'd want defense, and even if I had no wide receiver, I'm gonna go with
Right.
what I got and be good.
Right.
I don't even worry about it.
I wouldn't even go after
Um,
receiver. I should have said running back.
'Cause I don't even know if I'm the Bills and they waste anything on that.
I think it's going to depend.
I think it's
but I
nuts.
think they might go wide receiver depending on the player that's there.
Run it. You mean in the draft?
In the draft, yeah. But in free agency, you should
Free
probably go
agency,
ahead.
Free agency.
No.
I think the draft is where they're going to
That's
address
what they should address.
the
I think.
majority. Well, they have a
Wide
tendency to do
receivers.
that anyway.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to do, address all that, most of the stuff. They don't make a lot of huge free agents.
This year is an incredible
There's a
class
ton.
of wide receivers.
Tons.
Quarterback garbage,
There's
running
a
backs.
lot of other positions that
decent,
are. Yeah, there's a lot
But
of
you
good players
can
out
go
there.
ahead and get a guy for the Buffalo Bills. Like, all these players should take a little bit less money to come play for the Buffalo Bills. If
Well-
the only thing they're missing is a running back.
I don't know
on
if
the
I would
offense.
take
I'd
less
love
money.
that they would.
I wouldn't
not
take-
last.
I
not
invite
that
them
much
all.
less.
Come on,
Would
come on over.
I would want to
would
be.
You don't want
would
to
you
take.
take-
You want to try to win a
Would
championship?
you take $11 million
Let's
to go play for a
Let's
team where
go.
your next 3 years is going to be meh? Or are you going to take $10 million, $9 million to go play with the Bills that are going to be in the playoffs? I'm taking $2 million to go play with the
Sure,
Bills.
absolutely. Depends on the kind of character.
But you got to be careful.
The character of the
yeah.
individual,
It's just I like the
Are they me,
smart
or are they
buys.
about let's win something?
Yeah, that's
Are they
true,
the character of Emmanuel Sanders, who seems like one of the nicest people in the face of the earth? Or
Or
are they Ryan Leaf?
I think the biggest thing is you got to
Right?
get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Like
depends. I guess I love the guaranteed money's your thing. You got to
Sure, of
have it
course it is.
guaranteed.
That's what
'cause
it's all
I,
at.
I don't care if I come to Buffalo or if I go to New York Jets or whatever. I got to have that because this is it's so violent. I might be done in one game. So I don't know if I ever take. I wonder if I'd ever do that. If I'd ever say, yeah, I'll take less.
Yeah, I mean it's for me both ways.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd
Might
ever.
not, some might not take less. Maybe they'll take more of a cap friendly.
It's a hard
Type of
too because you're
contract.
going to
Yeah.
pay New York taxes
You know what
in
I mean?
Buffalo that nobody knows about.
I guess you'll
That's
see how.
Right.
You have
I'll
to
take
see,
less to go play
what
with the
teams will
city.
commit to.
Texas. I'll take less to go play there because sales tax.
I mean, what is?
Or am I saying Texas?
So, I get confused in all the sports. Like, I know free agency for hockey really well, like the ages when you become one. What is it in football? What's the age?
Well, normally 5 years or
Is
4
it-
years.
is
and
it-
you should
4 or
be
5
23,
years, yeah.
24, 25.
You hit free agency then.
Yep.
Well, it all depends on how long you stay in college.
Right. Okay. Okay. So it's years
Well,
of service. Is
depends
that how
if
they
you
do
get
it? Like
tagged.
how many years?
If you're a first round pick, you stay for 4 to 5 years. They normally
Okay.
pick up your 5th year option. Teams don't admit that they're wrong. And then it's 4 years, 3 years, 2 years.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Because I get confused. There's so many different rules, and baseball's even more crazy. All right. So some of these guys. I mean, does that matter too when you're looking? Not for a team that wants to win now.
Well,
you don't care about age.
You throw age right out the window
for
when you do
that. Yeah.
But if you're a team like that barely making the playoffs or is a game out of the playoffs, like the Miami Dolphins or the Steelers,
No reason for Bobby Wagner
you're
for
gonna
them.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe Bobby Wagner, but you're also going after. I would rather a Van Der Esch. But again, I'm at the point in my life where I pay attention to football so much that like I'd rather a DJ Chark than Allen Robinson because Allen Robinson is this much better than DJ Chark, but DJ Chark is gonna be this much cheaper, and it's just.
I don't even know if it's that big of
Do
a
you
yeah.
have enough? Some of these
True.
older players, are you going to be able? Are you going to bring them in, and you have the players that can complement them, and the ones that can spell them,
Oh, yeah.
to allow them to make it through a full season? I mean, there's some things like that those guys consider.
Sure.
So we'll see.
No, it's going to be interesting.
Those big names, though, man, I'm really seriously
Like the tight
the
end
big names.
Someone
I'm
said in the
curious to where
comments
they're
about
gonna go.
Gronkowski.
Oh,
if you're the
geez.
Bills, you're like we talked about last week. If you're the
I'll
Bills,
tell you what. Why wouldn't you?
come in here and play the red zone. You're getting
Oh.
paid $4 million
Why wouldn't you?
top.
I told you what
Look
I
at-
think of him. I'd say no.
Come on, he
Go
played
away.
12 games.
Yeah.
Top 5, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns.
You talk about the
How do you
character.
argue
You're going to bring in a
that-
circus.
somebody said,
I don't
well,
know.
tell me why you don't sign him. And I said, I'll tell you why you do. 12 games, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns.
I'll tell you
If
why
you've got the
don't.
similar talent that he was surrounded with, why would you not sign him for a year if you think you're going to make the Super Bowl?
But the talent's not in Buffalo though.
And you have a second tight end. What do you mean it's not Buffalo?
The talent, what he had in Tampa Bay is not. They might have a.
Oh, well, I'm not wide receiver wise. They definitely have better wide receivers. I'm not saying
Right,
that.
so
I'm not saying that the talent level, but they're on the rise. They're a very good team.
But if you're
that
Gronkowski,
is up there.
if he goes to Buffalo, he's going to a lesser offense. Also, there's no reason that Buffalo needs to get him at any more
What do
than.
you mean it's a lesser offense? as
The,
far as
the Buffalo Bills offense is less
Than
than Tampa Bay's
was.
last year.
As far
Oh,
as
sure,
So he's-
probably. For you,
he's-
absolutely.
But also,
No
you're
doubt.
looking at a guy that parties a lot, which is fine. Do whatever you want
Yeah,
off
who
the field.
cares?
It
I
doesn't matter.
wouldn't.
But you're bringing him around Dawson Knox that's coming up and growing and turning into maybe a Pro Bowl tight end.
He's at the bars all the
circus.
time.
And if he ruins it and he fucks,
I just
but
think
he's
Dawson
not out.
Knox up, that's
But
a
the
loss.
thing is
he brings the circus. with him.
I've
That's
heard
right.
that from sorts
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's what you don't want though.
These players are seen out. If they're not out there getting
I just think that
schnockered every night, who cares?
I just wonder if it's
There's players that have negative influences on younger players. That's the problem.
Yeah,
And if he does that to Dawson
not a lot
Knox,
to do in Buffalo though.
right, which
So
is,
that's
which
one
is-
thing you
which is
got
why-
going for you.
That's why their season tickets are higher than
Well,
every
yeah.
other
but then
team.
pretty
you look at
much,
where
but
Gronkowski's been. What New England,
Keeps him
Tampa.
under control.
That's
Yeah.
where he's been. I can't. I think it's done. I
He
almost think
said
he-
he was somewhat interested.
I think
Tommy
he's got
came
a-
back.
He also did come out and say he wants to play with Joe Burrow. He said, "I would like to play with Joe Burrow." That was a
knows,
tweet,
man?
whatever. And if I'm them, go ahead and sign him. You got Azamba that just came. Oh, he's a free agent, but you got a leg injury. Go ahead.
Geez, I would really stay away. I don't know.
They got bigger worries than.
I'd
signing
stay away
signing
from-
Rob Gronkowski. over
I
in
would stay away
Cincinnati.
from these guys. I don't know though. For me, I don't find him to be as appealing. I don't know what it is. I don't like that he only play. He won't. I don't know. There's
For
something
1 year,
about
for
him.
sure.
But he blocks ball.
1 year. That's it.
He's a
It's
great
got to be
blocker.
1 year.
Great block.
Has to be
But
1 year.
But you
Not
also,
another year.
I'm telling you, no incentives are in this deal though.
No, you're gonna win the Super Bowl. You better win this. Help me win the
Oh,
Super
it's
Bowl.
got
yeah.
better be incentive.
I don't want
like
no
a son of a
incentives on
bitch.
here because then it becomes about him being on the field, and sometimes I'm looking at him dead in his face when he signs these dotted lines. You are to come here
To
and
win a
you are
Super Bowl.
you are come here to help in the red zone, and you are coming here to help grow my tight end that I currently have that's going to replace you. You're here to help Dawson Knox, a Mike Gesicki, a Noah Fant,
And win it all. And win a Super Bowl.
We're going there.
Hey, if he's
You're
got
a
that
Buffalo.
understanding
you
and he's
are
willing to
the
do it.
second tight end option on this.
See, I know he
Yeah.
portrays himself as a real total goof, which, and I know he somewhat is, but how much of that?
Right, but
I mean,
don't,
come
don't,
on.
don't,
Because he
the
plays
pro-
that shit up like a champ.
don't play it though.
But that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I think he brings. Yeah, no, you're right. It's just with the whole thing with the family. It's all big circus. It's a
Right.
whole-
Yeah,
it's
of
a-
course,
it's
it's a show.
I don't know what the hell's going on there, but they're what they are. I don't know. It'd be interesting for the Bills to bring in that kind of care. I don't know. There's not a real strong other than Diggs, I guess. But even with him, he's kind of doesn't say too much. You bring in Gronk. I mean, that's a real. I think it would be a shock to the system for a team like that.
You
A
think
guy
so?
like him. Yeah,
I think I don't know. I think they would have already done their due diligence and made sure it wasn't going to ruffle feathers. Captains on the team. They're not
Interesting.
just going to sign somebody like that and then just say, "Okay, guys, here, go play."
I seen in the comments, by the way, the Edmonds trade rumor that was happening in Buffalo.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, if it's the
I could see
Steelers,
it.
you again got to see what the package is for.
I could see that too.
I
The
wonder
Steelers,
how much
huh?
The
that's
Bills,
got legs.
the Bills
I heard
can't
that
do it
too.
with him.
I did hear that too.
Edmonds not
I
helping
could see
them
why
with
they
those.
would move on. I
How
could
many-
see
how
why
many
they would
picks
keep
do you
him for
get
one
for
more
him?
year.
You
I
get a
hope they
second round
don't.
pick.
but
Second round pick.
No,
That's
you
nice.
probably get a third round pick because all you're doing is you're trading him for.
They keep telling me
a one-
how much
a one-year
talent
deal.
this guy's got and how he's going to grow.
Sometimes
he's just so
I've-
young and
I've seen it.
But
You see
man,
it. You've seen it a little.
You got to remember, he
glimpses,
was,
though,
he was
that's
drafted at 18
never-
or 19 years old, though.
it's
True.
never he's never making
Wow,
the big
yeah.
plays and he's just not that guy.
Well, he's also playing out of position.
He's serviceable. He misses
He
plays.
should not
and
be
then-
playing middle linebacker like that. He needs to go play on the weak side or the strong side.
Well, unfortunately, somebody's
Pittsburgh?
got him in the wrong position.
And it's a defensive head coach, too. And again, Leslie Frazier also has his hand on it.
He hasn't been fired yet.
He should have been fired because
Yeah.
they should have went and got Brian
I'm
Flores.
kind of surprised.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
nobody
any
got- I'm
sense.
surprised nobody got fired. for that.
Brian
Yes.
Flores is and then Brian Flores.
I didn't know. I
is
thought
in
Leslie
Steelers.
Frazier might go
Right.
this year just due to the collapse there by the defense.
He should have went right there,
Wow.
and then they should have replaced him with a proven defensive coordinator in Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right. Well, you know what, guys? I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more to cover too. I mean, there's
So
even
much
more.
We could sit here
But
and talk all night.
let's
People should turn on the notifications for Monday at 4:00. By the way, that's when the posts come, and I guarantee to beat ESPN.
Yeah, that's right. He
I'm
will.
on.
He always does.
I did it all last
You
year
did
for
it
these
last
guys,
year,
and I
yeah.
was not here.
That's
I don't know if
true.
you guys want to go to Twitter because I'll post it on there first, or I'll post it on my Facebook, and John will share it to the page.
I will share. Yes,
But
definitely.
I
Oh, it's right. 'Cause I'm out
guarantee-
of Facebook jail on Monday. Yes, on Monday.
Wow.
Call time.
Congratulations, buddy.
I've got 28 days in prison. Facebook
I've
prison.
never in my life been on Facebook jail.
Oh, they threw me.
Which is
in.
I
wild.
don't think I've
because-
ever been in there myself.
They almost. I think I'm close to never being allowed on again, and I don't even know what I'm doing wrong.
You're just so opinionated.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what
I
it is?
think- No, I call, you know what? Real quick, a guy tried. We were out doing something. They threatened to drive by shoot us. I say you're a bitch. Bang! I'm off. For saying the word- and then I continually, for some reason, say the word bitch a lot, and I'm saying it. And every time I say bitch, they hit me. I'm like, what the? Now it's 7 days. Then they hit me with 14 for saying just the
Oh,
word bitch.
you're just telling someone the story?
No, I would say
Or you're
someone
just
would say
saying-
something
oh,
stupid
okay.
or they're busting my and it'd be a jerk. And usually I shut my mouth. I keep taking and taking. I say, you're a bitch, and then boom, I'm out. This time it was about our friend who needs a kidney transplant. A guy comes and says says horrible things to her.
That's not.
I say nothing to him at all. I see it and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it because I'm gonna get banned. I go talk to her. Someone saw it. I said, you know what? This guy deserves a beating. Something. Maybe he deserves a beating.
Which is crazy.
And I
to
got
me.
hit for
And
bullying.
somebody
I was a
reported
bullying.
you?
Yep, bullying.
That's crazy.
And
I
this
mean,
is killing me with Gorillas Inc. Because I can't in our shows. I
I
can't
understand.
share. I can't do a
I get
damn
that.
thing.
Yeah, that
that's
sucks.
wild. I've
That
said way
sucks.
worse, and I don't know.
I know
how.
When
you
you're
have.
dependent on it. When you're dependent on it.
I wish
that
that
sucks.
People, it's, I don't know.
Don't get
I
yourself
know.
taken off.
No more. Never
Yes.
again. Not never again.
Our
So-
fearless leader is kicked off.
Just become a digital eunuch.
Yes, neutered.
Yes, that's all. That's. we're gonna
Check
have
out
to-
our thing there. Our contest for free cards. Pretty cool. What NHL coach came off the bench to play for his team in the Stanley Cup Finals? Little hint. It's way back. It's way back in the. Real before we go, tomorrow is Falls Count Anywhere with Charlie and Chris, and that's at 2:00 in the afternoon. Check it out. It's all the old time wrestling, great clips, and new stuff too. So it's professional wrestling. Mondays is with Citizens United with myself. Gorillas Inc. views will go on Tuesday from somewhere, and who knows what location. That's just we just do whatever. And then Marvel Madness. Skylar's Marvel Madness is out there. Great show. It's Wade's son, Skylar. He's great. One of the best hosts I've ever seen for a kid. Unbelievable. And then us on Fridays, and more things are to come. That's cool. So you guys, thanks for Julio, for Scott, Robin, Wade, myself. Take care, guys. See you next week.